These are the worst 6 things you can say to a creative. Most people who say these don't consider these to be insults or carefully considered criticisms, but as harmless little phrases. They sound polite, but they cut deep. You've probably heard them. Oh, that's such a nice little hobby. Or even better, we can't pay you, but it's great exposure. If you've ever created anything or been even remotely close to a creative job, chances are you've heard all of these. But for most creative people, these are psychic paper cuts disguised as polite banter. So today I'm breaking down the 6 worst things you can say to creative people and why most of us would rather go skydiving without a parachute than hear these again. Phrase 1. It's just a hobby, not a real job. The sacred phrase that turns a career into a pastime. 10,000 hours of practice, 10,000 hours of hustle, 10,000 hours of creatively breaking down the simplest of pieces into tiny little abstractions, devalued into the adult version of playing in the sandpit. It's incredible how quickly "I love what I do" gets translated into "so what do you do for a living?" Conveniently ignoring the little years of study that have gone into you getting even remotely close to where you are. My answer to this now has become, I get paid to do what I love, and because I love what I do it pretty well. It's funny, but for creative people, unless you clearly and fairly state your price up front, the fact that you love what you do is seen as a disqualifier. It's the root of what some call the passion tax. If you're lucky enough to love your job, just be grateful for the scraps. But no sir, I like my bed warm and my lights on. So cash up front, please. And then you wonder why burnout is a personality trait in this line of work. Phrase 2. Can you do it for free? There's a lot of exposure. Ah yes, the gold-plated medal every artist dreams of. Exposure. We can't pay you, but we'll collaborate on Instagram. And you know what the worst part about this is? It works. Entire industries now run on creative people doing things for free in the hope of getting noticed. Like all of Instagram, we basically create content for free on that platform for that oh so precious, hunger removing, stomach filling, dream viral moment. We've created an exposure economy, and the only people getting paid are the ones not doing the exposing. Phrase 3. Why does it cost so much for something so small? This is where most people get confounded. The fact that you can do this with precision and personalization is because of the years and years of training it took to get there. Not because of how much time the current piece took. You're not just paying for the product. You're paying for the years of practice and effort it took to make it look easy. That tiny little logo, it took 15 years of understanding design and design theory. Multiple breakdowns and breakthroughs to get there. The only reason your song is being made so fast and so well is because of the years of producing countless songs no one has ever heard, way before you ever met the client. It's the classic iceberg illusion. You're seeing the tip. What you're not seeing is the 10,000 hours below sea level. The artist has set a value on their work, and that either works for you or it doesn't. It's not really a matter of debate. Phrase 4. Why should only artists get to make art? The AI edition. This one is new. The AI generation is here, and suddenly everyone is an artist. Who cares about the 10,000 hours you spent learning your skill, then 10,000 hours getting rejected and honing your craft? When you can type a simple prompt and make it look like it came out of Studio Ghibli, even though the last time you held a pencil was when you were 6 years old. Why should only artists get to make art? That's not the point. The point is anyone can be an artist. Art actually is a democracy. All we're asking is that you sit down and learn the art. When you prompt something, you're not the artist or the musician. The AI or the large language model is. You're just the guy who gave the brief. To call an AI user an artist is like calling the client the designer. The client gave the brief, the designer made the design. And even if the client micromanaged it to hell, the designer still made the damn design. So no matter how much you manipulate your AI to get the result you want, you're still just a really good brief giver or a nightmare client, not the person who made it. I just don't know how people don't get this. If you tell a painter to paint your wall blue and then they paint your wall blue, the painter is the painter. not you. Let's say I can use ChatGPT well. That doesn't make me a writer. I may be a good brief giver or a prompt engineer, but I am not the writer. The LLM is the writer. So please, dear AI prompt master, no, you're not an artist or an author or a writer, but you're welcome to learn the skills and actually become one. The more people spend time making music, writing, or painting, the better it is for all of us. This is not gatekeeping, this is just grade 3 logic. Phrase 5. Make it pop or I'll know it when I see it. These are my personal favorites because they sound like feedback, but actually they're just vibes with a deadline, usually spoken by someone who has no idea what they want. Make it pop is code for I don't know what I want, but you better deliver it. And I'll know when I see it. That's like a scavenger hunt with no clues. That's like saying, please keep working for free till I pay you for perhaps the one I like. And I don't yet know what I like. It's like shoot in the dark till you hit a bird and keep going. And by the way, we might be in a city or in a room or underwater, but it doesn't matter. Just keep shooting. And this is how creative people get micromanaged into madness. You're no longer an artist. You're a human Photoshop button, working for someone with the attention span of a fish fresh out of water. And then you wonder where the spark went. You took it when you saw it. Phrase 6. You're just naturally gifted. This sounds like a compliment, but ask anyone who is actually good at what they do. It's 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. It takes years of building skill, failing in private, and obsessing over details. No one is just naturally gifted. It's often decades of extremely dedicated work. Which is why saying you must be naturally gifted isn't really a compliment. It erases all the work, it erases all the hours, all the endless repetition and practice that actually makes you skilled. Every breakthrough in skill takes years. Ask anyone who spent the time. And the worst part is that this compliment fuels imposter syndrome. Because if you're gifted, you didn't earn it. And if you earned it, it wasn't real talent. If people take this seriously, it actually has serious negative ramifications for creatives. Pick a delusion and stick to it, please. None of these phrases are said with bad intentions, but they reveal a deeper truth that society still has no clue on how to value creative people. And honestly, I don't even hold it against them, because to understand, someone has to study it. They actually have to do it. But it's just so much easier to call creative people either lazy or lucky or gifted or replaceable. Never just professionals doing their job. Never just professionals who take their job extremely seriously. So I think that as creatives, we should know that people may not have the words to understand what we do, but they still feel it. Which is why most people need the light that creativity brings to their lives. And if you're not a creative, I would just suggest spend some time becoming a fan of what you enjoy. That's a rabbit hole that leads straight into art appreciation. And if you don't want to go down that rabbit hole and actually study this, I think twice before saying any of these. We're tired and we charge extra for exposure. Thank you for staying for so long, and if you liked the video and whether you agreed or disagreed, please let me know in a comment. As a musician myself, I love sharing my music as well as giving a fuzz culture twist to some of the songs that I love. Here's a track that I'm really proud of, and if you liked it, please leave a comment. Thank you, and I would love to connect with you.